turned on and all kind of bullshit. And these guys confronted him because he'd been jamming the 2-meter net. It was pretty funny. It'll burn and burn and burn. They won't be able to sit down because of the burning in their blood. No, see, I don't do shit like that, so I don't have to worry about things like that. And inside, he's got a flame coming out of his butthole. Mr. 1240 over there on Milwaukee, Mr. 1240 on World Radio, 7-3, 447, Orange County. You ain't seen nothing yet. Somebody's out there calling for World Radio. Go ahead, that station out there. I hear that station out there calling for World Radio. Go ahead, we got a copy on you. Nothing more than squealing. Got all my bitches squealing. Squealing to me on 385. Squealing all day long. Seven, Saskatchewan. Little bitches on for all the ones out there that cry. I got a great job in here. That's why I'm not out here in the afternoons, because I'm always at work. But, you know, when I'm out here on the way to work in the morning, on the way home, we get them squealing and crying, and we get them out here jamming your trip on live on the air.
Oh, look, it's 119, the 5-year-old of Channel 38.
Raging rapidly here. Good day down there for sure. Thanks for coming back. 657 in Saskatchewan. John Lake on 3357. Jacksonville. Sounding good. Come on. 119 Mobile, Phoenix. Jacksonville, Florida, 657 Saskatchewan.
What's up, Sunfish?
781 West Wave, your way. Out there in Indiana, so it's the direction on you get away there, right? Water radio out here on the road. We're getting out here making it your way, man. I got 621 for sure shot, and we'll wish you good. Welcome to coming out of his butthole. You're going to have a flame coming out of your butthole. You're going to have a flame coming out of your butthole. If you thought that AIDS was bad, you ain't seen nothing yet until you see the flaming butthole. Your butthole will be flaming, and you will not be able to sit down until you have a flame coming out of your butthole. And there'll be people walking around all over America with flames coming out of their buttholes. Everything floats in the surf. Good to hear you on the radio. Happy New Year. No contact on that station 6485, Alberta, Canada. I'll be on the side list. Oh man, we got lightning out here. There's lightning. 709, Roger. Hello out there in Virginia. Sure is going to get all my sniveling. Blah, blah, blah.
There must be something in the water out there in Phoenix, Arizona, because there's a lot of jackasses out there in Phoenix.
I wind them up and then I just... They've all been driven too hard. And then open them up and let them flip. And they're good to go for hours at a time. All I can say is thank God we're not getting Phoenix out here. 12-20 the leader dogs hit that.
Well, good evening, everybody out there on the frequency. This is the 1122 Wingnut Radio on the side of the road and listening to it.
1122, where you at?
I'm down here in Panhandle, Florida, wiggling around. Boy, I'm going to tell you, that 119 out there in Phoenix is nothing but a 5-year-old out here on 38. Boy, that's the 38 channel 5-year-old right there, the 119.
Oh, 119, sounding good out here. How you going?
There you go, man. You got the 119 out there, the 5-year-old of channel 38. He's always got to start some hate and discontent. That's right. That's all he wants to do. The little 5-year-old out there throwing a little temper tantrum.
Hey, Whiskey Charlie 1. This is Whiskey Charlie 377. Oh, you're in Haines City now. All righty then. Wow, isn't that exciting? Frequency today. Hello out there in Ontario. Hey, well, we'll need another channel.
Thomas, this is the 1122 Wingnut Radio for Anarchy Television. Thank you for stopping in.
35. Can you go to 35?
Blue Unicorn, good to see you, sir.
Hey, Whiskey Charlie 135, channel 35, Roger.
Well, no shit, I got the CB running. That's what you're listening to, the CB Radio, channel 38.
CQDX, World Radio. Okay, Michigan, 155, I think. 159, Michigan, Michigan, get out here. Las Vegas, 1954. Is that? Now we got you.
Welcome to everybody out there in the chat. This is the 1122 Wingnut Radio. I am your host for Anarchy Television. You are now listening to the CB Radio, Channel 38, lower sideband. Skipland is in.
558, sounding good out here in the Mobile, out here in Phoenix. Have a good one. 73.
Hey, 119 is the 5-year-old of Channel 38. Look at him out there throwing a temper tantrum.
Well, thank you for the flowers, brother. Making a grand trip for yourself, brother Dan. All right. That's Wild West. 1954. Again, the Triple Nickel, the 555. The underdog, the Sacramento, Northern Cal. Wave it. Appreciate the wave. 105 on the west side. Check. Always good hearing you out there, 159. We got you in the log. Take care, 73. The Triple Nickel, the 555. 2-3 Michigan. How you doing, Doug? We'll be on the side copy in the mail. All right, man, it's raining out here, brother. Believe that shit? Alright, 223, man. It's crowded as heck out there, brother. It's good hearing you out there, man. Hey, I hope you had a good Christmas and a Happy New Year's to you out there, brother. From Mark out here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Alright, 223. Take care out there, brother. 73s. 1954, back on side.
Yeah, actually, those old GEs, man, are collector's items now. They're unicorn.
Out there, 365. Come on back, 1954. Yeah, that's a key for you guys. Detroit station out there, Detroit, Michigan. Bring it on back to 357. We'll back that Pittsburgh station out there. Have a good evening out there, 73s, 1954. Arizona said that. It's just crazy out here, man. I got about 7,000 boys, and I did hear you say you're in Detroit. A little bit of ways from Detroit. Didn't quite get your numbers, man, but it's just crazy out here, Roger.
I got 2 words for everybody out there. Fuck Joe Biden.
Oh, had a radio. E-I-E-I-O. Aruba. And 73. With that radio, Farmer did yell, CQ, CQ, CQ. Aruba. CQ here and a CQ there, everywhere. CQ. Old McDonald had a radio. E-I-E-I-O. Kodiak, World Radio, 427 Alberta, Canada. Calling Kodiak, stand by. In the afternoon. I got the music now. Here we go. Radio, Alabama, Sonic, goodbye, receive the TV. World Radio, 427 Alberta, Canada, told you that. Yeah, gateway. The mobile station in Orlando, Florida. The radio, I think you're out here, 73 Lola, 377, wave a hand, 377, wave a hand. Orange County, Southern California. Yeah, that's a good thing. Roger. They're going right behind the guy, 484 Hotel. Aruba man. Hola. QDX 102 South America. Call it. Man, you're putting a big signal on me. War radio for you, mama. Good evening, sir. 3 miles east of you. I got a signal. Sounds very good in Venezuela. So this is 102, my voice on his phone call. November Charlie Oscar. Right here, so Caracas, capital in Venezuela, South America. Thank you for coming back. Great day and Happy New Year. How about that time division? How about that time? Oh. Do you have a copy of 9 World Radio 427 Alberta? Venezuela, 9 World Radio 427 Alberta. I heard a 353 diesel wagon. I heard it 353 in the diesel car. 357. We heard you out there on the West Coast. How about that 5 division station? How about that 5 division station? 9 the World Radio 427 Alberta. Try 101.
Yeah, everybody, I'm just going to sit here for a little while and listen to this for a little bit. And then I'll probably open up the panel and I'll put the link in. Everybody, if anybody wants to come up, we'll talk and have a conversation or whatever. But Skip is running real thick right now, so I thought I'd put it up on there and let everybody listen. So just enjoy for a little while. I'm over here on the side.
Venezuela station, 9 World Radio 427 Alberta. Track.
That's funny that you said that, Blue Unicorn. Actually, back in the day, when I used to make music and stuff, I would actually use recordings from the CB radio and use them as samples and put it in my music. Yeah, negative land. Right on. Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough and tough and a factor C, but I got you out there. Roger is a rabbit. Roger, rabbit. 02 South America, try. How about that 101 out there in the bluegrass? We hear you way out west, 357. Hey, Roger D out there, 101 out there, man. Okay, man, yeah, I got it all.
Man, this totally proves the little 5-year-olds out there on the radio. Ain't nothing new. All these damn trolls and shit on the internet, that ain't new. It's been happening for years. Way before the internet was even invented. See, still going on. Okay, I'll turn. Hey, 1192. I hope your weather's cooperating. Down here in Chicago. Always good to talk to world radio stations out there in Kentucky. Ain't no doubt about it. Y'all rolling in real good out here from Kentucky. 73 is 357. Making it out your way. About 200 watts, somewhere in there.
that's a good thing, man. Okay, we'll listen up for you, man. We don't want to see you to 612 anyway, so you have a good. Going in the darkness over your way, man. Bill, how you doing, man? Yep. Look, Jeff, how you been doing? Good. 121, we're standby in the Pacific Northwest corner. This is 121, we're standby right in the middle. Oh my goodness. This is all cut-out. So, Gary over there, 1192, an old friend of mine has been talking to for quite a while out on the World Radio side with our subsets, so we're going about being born out that way. Anyway, hey, 612, real good to hear from you. The freeway got off at California Street and went there to that parking lot by the fairgrounds. Hey, Roger. Yeah, the way you 121. This is 121. We're standing by in the northwest corner. Shit, man. The water from the waves is pushing it back. You wouldn't believe the erosion right there.
Shut the fuck up, you asshole.
Here, dude. You can see that big, it looks like a big old out there, and it's just all there's logs and bamboo and all kinds of shit floating around. I didn't get down there early enough. I wish I would have got there high tide, because I had a couple of Mr. Bungles. How about that, Mr. Bungles? Mr.
Shut the fuck up, you asshole.
Pretty early down there. Anyway, I heard you out there, man. How about that, Mr. Bungles? Mr. Bungles, yeah, they're Mr. Bungles. I'm not sure when the high tide starts or peaks, but I got down there today about 6 o'clock, at the same time you did, because I seen you do a UE on Harbor. I'm gonna get a high tide and take some videos. Down there by the river, dude, it looked like the Mississippi River, dude, and all that black or brown. Call him Mr. Bungles. Call him Mr. Bungles. How about you, Mr. Bungles?
Dr. Otter, good to see you.
All kinds of shit floating down the river. It was moving pretty good.
Snooks, what is going up? What's going down? How's it going?
Guy was out there in the middle of about you, Mr. Bungles. Yeah, I was just there. I mean, right when I flipped that bitch, and I guess you saw me when I got there. The helicopter was just flying back over me. Yeah, they've got that Channel 7 down there too, right by the pier. Hey, Ryder, I'm gonna let the channel roll. Take care. 2WR 529, 2WR 510. We're gonna be stationed on the side. Star Trek character. Yeah, I'll catch you later, man. Yeah, wild west out here on California. It's pretty impressive. Catch you later there. 510. I'll talk to you when I talk to you. No, I just talked to him. 377 here. Oh, gosh, 10-4. Yeah, the noise has quieted down a little bit there, and I hear you. Okie dokie. Yeah. Smoke it. I'm at a 115 now, right at 48 first time you try. That sounds good, man. Yeah, there's a place over there in Orlando. I forgot the name of it. It's fairly large. It's fairly closely located to where the other box company used to be. Dang it, I forgot their name. North Georgia, you got that 452 Oregon in the backwoods. We hear you out there. Yes, sir. Let me look it up. Louisiana, a great area. It got a little rough there. Anyway, thank you for the call back. Take standby. 136, 73
How about that place here on Oak Ridge? They make boxes. Yeah, on Oak Ridge. They have a nice big piece of property. The electric company, Polk Electric Company, one of those electric companies, they park their trucks on their property. Hey, top of the afternoon out there, 114 down in Louisiana, Western Outlaw 642 on the portable, Morro Bay, California, and I'm waving a hand. We got a chicken, we got an egg shortage over here. Hey, QSL, my friend, they're making it rough on you, but we heard you. Hey, top of the evening to you. Have a great one. 642 on the portable, Morro Bay, California. I'm shipping back. I don't know what's going on over here. I think it's just the heat killing them. Excellent. Excellent, Joy. Hey, we are sorry to try to holler at us. Western Outlaw 642 on the portable. Try it again.
I guess all you need is a couple of butt ducks and you'd have your own day.
Hey, Andy, good to see you. Matter of fact, in a few minutes, I'm going to show you guys. I did a little bit of an improvement to one of my alcohol stoves. And let's see here. I'll show you what I come up with. And then I think what I'm going to do is, while I'm doing this live, I'm going to go ahead and show you how I made it. But let's see here. Okay. This is my newest version of my alcohol stove. All right, hold on. Let me sit this thing where I can actually, hold on 1 second. Let me get this thing straightened for a second here. Hold on.
Victory packaging. Well, if you just walk in, they'll have regular boxes, the straightforward kind of stuff. If you want special stuff, they'll have to make it for you.
All right. Okay. Anyway, this is my newest version of my alcohol stove that I made. All right. This is it. It just happens to be way taller than the one I previous made, because the other ones I previously made are probably about this tall. This happens to be taller. That's all. All right. Now, and if you can see that. Now, down in there, I've got some insulation, but I've got a double walled, so I've got insulation inside here for a wick. And all I did is I used a can, and this happens to be a cream of chicken and a soda can. All right. And this is just basically what makes it. And I think it took two soda cans or something like that to put all the parts together. It takes one soda can to build this, and two more to make these two parts. And this part just goes right there over that, and this is a lid to cover everything. So it's all basically compact. All right, um, and I use, this is a alcohol stove, so I use denatured alcohol. I don't know if you guys, I don't know. I showed it on I showed it to another live stream the other night. Let me grab something real quick. And I don't know, since you guys haven't seen it yet. And what I'm using is just denatured alcohol. You can find this in the paint section of, like Walmart or something like that. And the reason why I use denatured alcohol is because um, it's a really clean burning fuel. It doesn't leave a soot, because when you're cooking and stuff, I don't like leaving soot on my pots and pans and stuff. So I like to use denatured alcohol because it doesn't leave a soot. So the way this works, here, I'll show you this working right now. All right. See, see in there, I've just got, and see, I don't really use like wool or anything like that. I just use regular house insulation, like fiberglass insulation, because it's cheap and easy and all that stuff. That's why I like doing all this stuff, because it's cheap, easy, and all that stuff. Yeah, no smoke either. So I'll show you how this works. Now, see, when I put the alcohol in there, I light it and it gets everything heated up, and then it starts the fumes and stuff. It all jets out the sides and stuff, and this is what you can use to cook food, whatever, make coffee or whatever. And I'm just gonna dump some in there. Let's see here. All right. And I'm going to kind of get that to kind of soak in that into the insulation. Okay, I'm going to let that sit for a second. All right. And okay. All right. And I'm going to have to turn the light off for this. Okay. And let it sit here for a second and let it get it warmed up for the jets to kick in. Yeah, Dr. Otto, I just use this stuff for really I just use it for like camping type of thing, because it's so easy and I don't have to worry about spending a lot of money on a stove. I can make this for practically nothing. And so that's what I use it for, is mostly kind of like, that kind of thing. Or an emergency scenario, for instance, if the power is to go out and I needed some heat or I needed to be able to cook my food. This is an alternative, really cheap and easy way of doing it. Denatured alcohol is what I normally use. Other than that, you can get that stuff that's called like dry gas that you can get like an auto parts store that you put in your gas to like, dry the water out of it. I use that also because it's a real clean burning also. Let's see here. And it's almost ready. It's getting there. Oh, no, smothered it too fast. Gotta let it sit there and warm up real good. Hey, 575. Good evening. Good evening. But you see how it's already doing this already? It's already getting the jets on the outside. All right, and this is my alcohol stove. All right, and like I said, I mean, the reason why I made this new improvement is, and it's taller, so I can actually put more fuel in it. than the ones that I made before. The ones I made before were so short. It, I can put fuel in it, but the only thing is, it would only last long enough for maybe, to boil a pot of water. That's about all it really did. Now this, for instance, if I wanted to do some cooking for a longer period of time, I've got, I've got a space for more fuel. But this is my new version. All right. Um, and see, the thing is, with the light on, you can't even see the flame because the flame's like that blue flame. And the only drawback from this particular type of a setup is that you got to have some kind of a windshield around it, because you see that the wind will affect it. And see there, it'll also possibly to blow, it will blow it out. So, but you got to put some kind of a shield around it, so the wind don't blow it out. But anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make one. All right. Now, to start with, I'm going to use this can. I'm going to take the paper off of it, and I also got to kind of have to get this glue off a little bit here too. Now I think about it, I'm going to get this glue off a little bit. So what I'm going to do with that is, and I'm going to keep the radio going, so you guys got a little bit of the skip condition setting on the radio in the background. Gives me something to listen to at the same time, instead of me just listening to myself talk. And all right, I'm just going to use some WD-40, and I'm going to spray it on some of that stuff and kind of get some of this glue off. And how long will it burn? Honestly, the new version, I haven't timed it yet. But like I said, the ones I made before were only about that tall, and it was enough to boil a pot of water, for instance. So it would last, I don't know, let's say maybe 10 minutes or a little over 10 minutes, 15 minutes or something like that. That will probably last a lot longer. I haven't really done a full test on how long it will last and how much I can actually put in it and all that stuff. I really haven't done that yet, because I actually came up with it, or I was experimenting. This is my second try, and this was my first try. And I did some things different when I made this. I only put insulation in here. I didn't put anything on the inside of the double wall, and that was my second try. I improved it. I put insulation on the inside of this wall and in there at the same time, so that works a lot better. And plus, I kind of did this a little bit better, so this fits together a little bit better. So this is my the version that I came up with that actually works a lot better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit here and make another one. I'm going to make one like this one, and while I'm kind of show you guys how I was doing it. And but anyway, let me while that's kind of sitting there, I'm gonna do some stuff at the same time. All right, while that's sitting there and kind of soaking on that damn glue. All right, so what I need is what I need is I'm gonna take a soda can and let's see here. I need the bottom. I need the bottom of this soda can. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go the crude way. There's much more neater ways of doing this, but I'm gonna do this crude way and just do it this way because this is the easiest. The only thing is it's just real crude. I'm not gonna get real straight lines and all that stuff, but this will work. All right, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of judge how much I need is what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this, sit there like that, and uh, I'm gonna do that. Give me a line on it, and all right. Let's start with that right there. All right. And, okay. All right. I got this part right there, and this part. I need to take this lip off, so I'm just going to take a can opener, and I'm gonna kind of work this around and see if I can get this top off real quick. Kind of work it around. All right, so took the ring off, and also what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it down to this first rib. Okay, there's that. Oh yeah, I hear you. Blue Unicorn batteries just died. I hear you. All right, and I've got this part. All right, this is going to be the bottom. It's going to be the bottom of my stove. All right, and this is going to be the top. All right, so now what I need to do is take another can.
Somebody else suggested that maybe it's time for this option. That, of course, is a shocker. Here, you want to go back to 475?
All right, because I need to make the double wall part of it, my inner wall or whatever you want to call it. So I'm just going to crudely cut this for right now. I'm trying not to do this real fast like, but I'm kind of going fast at the same time.
At least it's Friday tomorrow. For me, it means it's the last work day for the week. Anyway, hey, 73s, and I'll catch you later. Whiskey Charlie 377 here outside.
There's another way of doing this with a razor blade that I can get much cleaner and straighter lines, but this is just, you know, kind of like the easiest looking way to do it. All right. So what I'm gonna do is
From the high desert, hello, whiskey. Roger the 192, and these damn dogs keep barking. Hey, damn it. That's a bitch.
all right.
12 of them over here.
And let's see here. I got a ruler somewhere over here. I'm trying to make some straight lines on this and straighten this up a little bit. I can't remember exactly what I need when it comes to height right offhand, but I'm gonna have to figure that out in a minute. All right, I'm gonna break out the long scissors.
Definitely. It's a chore. Hey, 616, yeah, you kind of faded out for a second there. How's it going today? 437, Billy Goat's waiting. So you're in the mall right now? That you 437? Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's get the other side. Wait a minute, let's see here before I get too high. Let's see here.
Hey, I know that guitar man. South Florida out there, Mr.
Yeah, it's just a,
Basement there, Roger. Heard that call out here. Well, that's pretty good for him anyways there. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you there, Mr. Guitar Man. Old Billy
let's
Goat.
do it right about there somewhere. Now I'm just kind of, I don't really have anything precise. I'm just kind of eyeballing a lot of this. But there are certain things that I'm trying to do, like I could probably get down to like measurements and all that shit. But you don't have to be exact on a lot of this stuff. The only reason I'm doing certain things is because it works better for what I want it to do. All right, and this is going to be my inner wall. All right. Oh shit! I should have probably made that a lot longer. Oh no, actually that should have been longer. Okay, no. So what I need to do, where'd my marker go? Oh, there it is.
There we go. That's it. Nice radio. I was looking at the new Quad 5 and Model 2. CQD looks together. I don't want to try anything again.
All right.
That's right. The damn trees are
I'm going to make these two the same height when you set them down like that. That's what I'm gonna do. Is I'm gonna make them the same height. So what I'm gonna do is all right. Okay. All right. Now that should work probably.
What is this condition we're having? And it's not the gray line anymore. Oh, that's great. That's great, man. Oh, it's a good talking radio for sure. And
Actually, I'm gonna make this a little bit shorter. You see, I'm just kind of. There's no real exact measurement here. All right, I made that a little shorter than the can itself. All right. All right, and because I want this to sit a little taller than that. This is going to be my inner wall. And that's going to sit kind of like that. All right, and so let's see here. All right. All right. All right. All right, and this is what I'm coming up with so far. All right, and let me get another one of these things and kind of clip it together. All right, what I'm going to do here is going to make me a little cut right there. A little cut right there. And this, cut this side, cut that side about halfway, or a little bit more than halfway, somewhere around there. And then do the same thing on this side. Do that about a little bit more than halfway or something like that. So where they fit together like that, and it stays together like that. All right, and that'll fit in like that. Okay, this is going to be my, my double wall, my inner wall. And now I think about it, one of the things that I need is what I'm going to use is regular fiberglass house insulation. This is what I'm going to use. It's going to be a fiberglass house insulation. And this is going to be my inner wick, basically. So what I'll do is I'll trying to stuff that in there. Oh, wait a minute. Before I forget, now since this is going to be the bottom, I need to make some basically some weep holes for the fuel to seep out into the inner wall. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just make some little notches. Some little notches down here in the bottom. And I'm just going to cut some little triangle, little notches. Make some little triangle notches here. All right. So you got some little notches like that. Oh, what's up there, Billy? Yeah, I'm making an alcohol stove. Yeah. This is my newest version. So this is what I'm making. All right. So you got some little notches. They will be down here on the bottom. So when you put the fuel in there, the fuel will be able to come up and get out from the inside here to the inner wall. All right. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna stuff some insulation along the sides here. And like I use this fiberglass insulation because it's cheap and you can find it pretty easy. You know, versus sometimes there's people that use that wool stuff or whatever. Well, that costs money. So I like to use stuff that is readily available to almost anyone, and it's cheap. You can get it for practically nothing. Like this right here. It's you can pull it out of your freaking wall if you really wanted to. But it's just really easy to get a hold of. Like, for instance, you were in a situation and you needed to make one of these things. House insulation will be really easy to find. So, and you can find it for nothing. So that's why I like using stuff like this, because it's readily available, really easy to find. And so I'll stuff that down. And this is good. This house insulation will become like the wick for the fuel. All right. You see what I'm doing right there? Basically making that double wall type of thing going on right there. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Billy. The rock wool stuff. Like I said, not everybody has access to rock wool. Pretty much everybody's got access to fiberglass insulation. Me personally, like I said, I like to do stuff that I can get for practically nothing and I can find almost anywhere. So that's why I like using this insulation, because it's I can pull it out of my fucking wall if I want to. But all right, now see, that's the thing. It's like I'll sit here. Gosh, I wish I can get this light to work better. Anyway, this is what I'm doing. I'm making that inner wall. All right, and you see my little notches down there in the bottom. So when I put that in there, and I'm also what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little patch and put that right dead in the center. So I've got some in the middle and on the outside wall. Okay. And let's see here. So this will fit together right nice. What I'll do is I'll just crimp the sides right here a little bit.
You should read his writings. It's like sending back to Cato, Plato, Socrates, man. But he has three splits in his personality.
And I'm doing this because it's a lot easier to slide that soda can down. All right. And also what I'm going to do is I'm going to poke me a damn hole. So it kind of let some of the air out. All right. And then there you go. Okay. Now, and I'm just going to use my knife here, and I'm going to just tap some, and I'm going to cut this part out. And so what I'm going to do is tap a bunch of holes and stuff on this thing all the way around, and then basically cut that centerpiece out. That was Skip's dying out on me. Yeah, I'm hold on. My uncle texted me real quick. Yeah, he's probably coming over here for a second. Oh, shit. Yeah. I'm getting in a hurry here, and for some reason, and I'm kind of already kind of messing up a little bit. I did not want to do that right there, but that's all right. I can work with that. All right, and then let's see here. All right, let's see what I did right there. All right, so the next thing I'll do is I'll make the holes on the side here. And I'm just going to use You can use whatever you want to use. I'm just going to use like this little ice pick looking thing. And I'm just going to go around and punch some holes. And I'm not being real precise about it and all that stuff. And I'm just kind of, generally spacing them out pretty decent, pretty close or whatever, and like I said, nothing's perfect here. Just kind of going around. And oh, my uncle's going to come over here and bring me some ribs for dinner, so I might have to put this on mute for a second there, and put you guys down for a second while I go mess with them and get some ribs. All right, but you get the idea of what I'm doing right there. I'll get back to this in a second. I'll be right back, you guys. Let me go take care of this real quick, and I'll let you guys listen to Skip for a second. But I'll get back to that and I'll finish that off. So I'll let you guys see what's going on. Yeah, Wizard, it's an alcohol stove.
Grand Canyon, yeah, they might 304.
Okay. All right, guys. All right, I am back. And I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing here. But look what my one of my favorite uncle in the world. Look at that. Oh yeah. That's my dessert. Holy shit, that smells good. Anyway, all right, let's get back to what I'm doing here. So I'll just continue poking some holes here. and go all the way around. Like I said, I'm not trying to, be exact or anything like that. I'm just kind of walking around. Let me turn this down a little bit. And then walk it all the way around. And like I said, you can use a nail or something like that, kind of poke it with. And what I like to do, okay, after I've got all the way around, what I'll do is I'll go back and I'll kind of, make them all generally, the same size hole. And I'm going to make, see how I'm going straight up and down. I'm going to go, that's what I've been doing. That's what I did last time and it worked out. So I'm just kind of going straight down. I'm just kind of going straight down and I'm generally making all the holes basically the same size. All right. And I'll just go back around and do that. Golly, that smoke smells really good. I'm going to have to smoke me some of that in a minute. Get the peace pipe out. All right. You see what I got going on there? I got all the holes there, the double wall, and I'm just going to kind of smooth out some of these rough edges that I did on this inside thing right here. All right. Now, that's basically done. That right there is basically done. But what I like to do also, like I did with this one, is I like to do this little deal right here because when that heats up, I like to cover that up and have just nothing but the jets going. So what I'm going to do is from this other bottom that I had from the other can that I made that from, I'll make that out of this. I'll make that little lid part out of that. All right, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of trim this up. All right. Okay. All right, and that's going to be that part right there. Now, I can go a step further, like I did with this one, and actually make the lid. But all I need, I'm not going to do that right now. But no, matter of fact, I probably will. When I think about it, let me get me another can or something. All right, let me get me another can, and I'll do that. And that'll give me something else to do. All right, let me throw away some of this trash. All right, and let me grab me another can here. All right, I'm gonna grab me another can, and I'm gonna make the lid for it. So what I need to do is I need to get the bottom off of this can. So okay. And what I'm going to do is, let's see here. I'm going to get my marker go. Okay. What I'm going to do is all right, and I'm just making a general line because I kind of want a little bit of a lip right there. All right, you guys are still with me? No, everybody's taking off. Anyway, I'm gonna sit there and cut this on my line here. All right, that's going to be the lid. You know, it'll fit on there kind of like that. Actually, I'll probably cut a little bit more off of that. All right, and that'll be my lid. So to make this part like I did the other one, I got to do some banging. So I got to start doing here. Hold on, let me get my other hammer. Get a ball peen hammer. And I'm gonna kind of work this down like that. Yeah. What's up, squirrel? Yeah, I mean, I thought everybody had left. Looks like there's only 2 people in it. But yeah, I'm sitting here making an alcohol stove. And right now I'm just making the lid for it. And as soon as I get this done and fit it on where it works right, Then I'll put some alcohol in it and then try it out for the first time and see how this one I just made works out. All right, and you see what I did right there? I just basically reversed that bottom part, and and did it like that. All right, so this all together with this other part right here, this will fit kind of like right there on top. Now I probably need to get some sandpaper and kind of take the paint off, but with it all closed up, that's what it will look like. All right. And like I said, you can take like sandpaper and stuff, and you can rub the paint off and all that other shit. All right. So now, the moment of truth here, you guys. All right, let's clear my table off and put me a little tray down, and let's fire this thing up for the first time. Where'd I put it? There I put it. All right, and like I said, you guys, I'm using denatured alcohol. Denatured alcohol. You can find this in the paint section of Walmart, for instance, or whatever. I like using this because it's a really clean burning fuel, smokeless. It doesn't put off a soot or anything like that. That's why I like using it. All right. All right. So what I'll do, I'm gonna put, I don't know, a generous amount, for this first try. All right. I'm gonna let that sit for a second. Let that soak into my insulation that I've got down there. Because remember, all right, now I put insulation in the center here and in this outer inner wall. All right, so it'll take a minute, just for a second, to kind of like I use the carbon mesh you get in ovens as a filter. Yeah, well, I mean, for me, regular, like this fiberglass insulation, just really easy, cheap, and I can get it for nothing, and it's readily available to me. So that's what I'm using. All right, now these are all the parts. All right, you got this part and the lid. Now I haven't done it yet on the one I made earlier, but I'll probably do it on the one I made earlier and this one. I'll probably put like some kind of a tab, right here on the lid, so I can just pull it off and all that stuff a lot easier. But anyway, all right. Let's see here. I think that's probably good. All right. Let's see if this thing will light pretty easy. All right. Yep. There we go. Okay. Let's turn the light off. Let's sit here and watch that thing heat up for a minute. And get to the point where these where the jets kick in. And I don't know how, I didn't really keep a track of how long it took me to do this, but you see, it wasn't very long, and there you go. I've got a fucking stove. It didn't take me very long to do it. The materials are, cheap and easy type of stuff. All right. When this thing gets pretty good, where the jets, the outside ring jets, all those holes that I did on the outside, when they start fucking working real good, that this part right here, I'll put that right over that center hole. Oh shit, let me get, shit. Hold on. Ow. Got hot for you. I'll put that over that center hole. There you go. There you go. All right, and then, well, see what that does is basically it stops the inner, the main part burning. All right, and it kind of forces all the gases from that alcohol to go up to the through the inner wall and come out the jets. You see what's going on here? Just it's nothing but coming out those holes that I made on the sides. All right, and see, this has got that really good blue flame. You can't even see it when it lights on. You can only see it when it's dark out like that. Look at that. Look at that. All right, now, like I said, this is my newest version, and I made it taller simply because I wanted something that I can hold more fuel and I can have a longer burn. That's the main reason why I did it, and so this is what I've come up with. And I've been thinking about it for a little while, to actually do a live stream where I can actually show people how to make it. And well, there you go. Like I said, I don't know what took me a little over 30 minutes or something like that to do that. And this is a really clean burning stove, something that you can actually use to you know cook food, make coffee or whatever else, you know. And I love that blue flame that I've got going on there. Well, see, that's another reason why I see squirrel. That's the reason why on this version I used a can. It was just a regular can of like cream of wheat. I don't know, cream of fucking cream of corn soup or some shit like that. It was just a regular, tin can. So it's a little bit more sturdier, a little heavier than just a soda can, because the ones that I was making before, I don't have one in here at the moment, but the ones I was making before was nothing but a soda can, and they were only this tall. All right, now they were good, but they were short, and it was nothing but that thin-walled soda can aluminum. All right, so I wanted to make something that's a little bit more sturdy, a little bit more heavier, something that I can knock around and I wouldn't have to worry about too much. And because the main thing I was making these so I can take camping and all that stuff. I can just throw in my backpack. I don't have to worry about some expensive damn stove that I can break or lose or something like that. This is really cheap, really easy, something I can make. I can even make on the fly if I was in a situation and I didn't have anything and I was, living out of my backpack or whatever, and I'm in a place and I needed a stove. I can find all these materials practically on the side of the fucking road. You know what I mean? So I can build this on the go if I wanted to. I don't have to go to a store and buy a really expensive fucking stove. The only real expense in this type of situation is the fuel. That's about the only thing that you really have to spend money on is the fuel. All right, and so that's the other reason why I did this version, because I wanted something that that can hold more fuel for, like if I wanted to cook multiple meals or something that's going to take a long time to cook. I wanted the ones I was making that were only this tall would only last me, say probably max 15 minutes. You know what I mean? It was long. It was long enough to boil a pot of water or two pots of water, and that was it. That was all he would do in one filling. So I wanted something that would last a lot longer. That I can keep a flame. Like for instance, if I wanted to use this as a heat source, I can put more fuel in there and have that flame going for a lot longer than the ones that I made originally. And now, the only thing that I'll probably improve on this design is I'll make like a handle on it so I can grab it and kind of move it around wherever I want to go, because This gets kind of hot, you know, really too hot for me to handle once the flame's going for a while. So that'll probably be one of the mods that I'll do to this thing, is just like take some wire, some regular wire or something like that, and make like a handle like on the side of it, and something that I can actually, you know, grab a hold of and kind of pick it up and move it if I needed to move it somewhere, you know. That's the idea. But and then also, like I said, like if I put like I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but I want to put like a little handle right here at the top, because this will be the lid to cover everything up. It'll also act as a way to snuff it out. You know what I mean? This lid will snuff it out. There you go. See, it's been snuffed out. You know, you don't have to, you don't, and like for instance, if I did all my cooking and I don't want to use everything that's in there, I can snuff it out. Um, and put the lid on there. And now I don't think this will be completely sealed to where fuel won't leak out of it. Um, but it will stop it from like fumes evaporating out. So, like for instance, if I had if I didn't like tip it over or whatever, the fuel will still be in there. And like for instance, once I, you know, put the lid on it and all that stuff, I can save what I had in there, and the next day, all my fuel is still in there, hasn't evaporated away. Take the lid off, and I'm good to go with whatever I had left inside. So this is my newest version of my alcohol stove, y'all. And I wanted y'all to sit in here and experience this. And this is something everybody can make. Okay. I mean, literally, this is something that anybody can make. And like I said, I did everything the most crudest, most, you know, fastest, like bare bones crap you can do. So, I mean, you know, this is something that anybody can do. And like I said, these things are the stuff that to make this, you can find all the time. You know, you can find anywhere. Now, I did find when it comes down to soda cans and the tin can. Now, I used what was it? Cream of corn. A can of cream of corn that's got the little peel top on it. You don't have to use a can opener to open it, and that happens to be just the right size to fit on the inside of a soda can. Now, not all cans are that size, so you got to find the right size. So, like, you know, that's the only drawback, I guess. You got to find the right size actual tin can, or you can do this exact same thing with all nothing but soda cans. You can use a soda can for this part, and everything else. Now you can make this whole thing out of nothing but soda cans. But for this version, I wanted something a little bit more sturdy and a little bit more hefty, a little bit more, you know, weight to it. So that's why I used the tin can from the cream of corn, and it just happens to be the right size. But like I said, it's, you know, and like I can go a step further. Like I said, you know, take some sandpaper and rub the paint off like I kind of did here. You know, you can even go even further than I did here. You know what I mean? You know, get it real, like all that paint off. But I didn't even bother with it. I got it about that far, and that's about as far as I whatever. And that's and you know, and also when you do it, like around this part right here, if you get all that paint off and get it real smooth, this lid actually fits on there a lot easier. It's a tight fit, and that's really what I want, because I want it to have a seal on it, kind of, you know, because I mean, just putting that on there kind of seals up, but it also makes it a lot easier because this is almost exactly the same size. So getting that paint off actually takes that just that little bit off of there and makes it a little easier to fit on and off. And the reason why I want to put like a lid on there so I can just pull this and pull the top off instead of kind of doing it like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, this is yeah, and I wanted something sturdy. Yeah, squirrel. Sturdy is good because I mean honestly, like this right here, the way I did this, you know, you can throw this in your backpack and all that stuff, and you know, it'll be all right. And and like I said, you know, it's so cheap to easy to make. You're not spending like you get a lot of these stoves and stuff that you get like these camping stoves and stuff that you can find at the store. They just want so much money for those things, man. Um, the heat will eventually do that. So yeah, and that's another thing too. I mean, you know, you're talking about taking the paint off. Well, see, that's another thing. It'll heat up, but it won't heat up to the point where it take the paint off. Um, but it's good, you know. But that's I wanted to share with you guys on how to make this thing, and hopefully you guys get some like a wild hair up your butt and try it for yourself. You know, like I said, it's just so easy. And plus, I know some people that were actually asking me to do a live stream on to how I made it because I showed it off last night on somebody else's live stream, and they were like, "That is really cool." You know what I mean? And it's just really cool. So I was like, "Well, fuck it." You know, I'll actually um, I'll actually show it off. I don't know, and on how I did it, how I made it, and so yeah, watch watch this space. What are you talking about, squirrel? Yeah, see, I like rocket stoves also. See, I built a few different rocket stoves over the years also, and you know, I got a built me a rocket stove or a stove out a few times that are you know big enough for like you know outside type of stuff. Um, but I also made a little tiny one that I you know you can probably throw in your backpack and all that stuff. And but you know the you know these are easy too. You know, and like I said, it depends on what you want to use it, what you want to do, and what kind of situations you're talking about and all that stuff. Um, you know, camping or more long term type of thing. You know, I mean, if it's like more of a long term type of thing, uh, you know, where you know you're going to be in one spot for a while. Like a rocket stove would be better because it's very efficient on the fuel, and you can use very little wood, you know, and get not a lot of a lot of heat out of it. That's what I like about it. Oh shit, my battery's about to die on me. So okay, I'm gonna have to move this back over there, turn my video back off, um, and plug myself back in over here. All right. All right. All right. All right. Let's see here. All right. And then plus I'm gonna put my phone down on the on my ice block and also let you guys listen to some of this.
Yeah, here, I'm gonna see if I can hear that skip where it is.
And while I'm thinking about it, my favorite uncle gave me some dessert, so I'm gonna fire up the peace pipe
I can't really hear nothing. I got 4 bars on
and
noise. Oh, I can just barely tell something there.
get something going.
Well, I think it's down under stuff.
Hey.
What it is. It's real weak.
Squirrel Sniper, hey, cheers, mate. Hey, cheers, beers, boobs, and buds from and barbecue from the Wingnut Radio.
Australia, and they're real weak.
Yeah, it seems a little late for them, maybe. Maybe not. Usually I get them, it's more earlier in the evening.
Yeah, they be stronger. Now they're weak. I heard them last night about this time. They'd be real weak.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I hear some scratch back in there.
All right.
791 might come in here and turn his beam down there. He could probably work them.
Let's get something going here, buddy. I haven't had anything to smoke in a while now, so
Oh,
this
that's
is
no
good.
carry.
This is really good. Oh my gosh, that smells so freaking good. That smells so good.
Oh, yeah, I hear them in there now a little bit.
I guess everybody's already taken off. Nobody's left in
They're
the
probably big dogs.
stream. All right. I guess
Yeah, I
since
kinda
everybody's
ain't
taken
sure
off,
what direction they
I'm
are.
gonna go ahead and take off myself, you guys. I mean, since there's nobody left in the chat and all that stuff, because it looks like there's 0 people in there. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I'll tell you.
I guess I'm gonna go ahead and go, you guys. Hey, this is the 1122 Wingnut Radio out here for, and I am your host for Anarchy Television. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. 1122, back out.